your now, that's what's important. We experience a collapse in our life structure most of the time because we fail to funeralize failed yesterdays. You have to be strong enough basically to realize you can elevate out of your current situation. Instead of looking at where you think you should be by now, look at where you have grown out of. There are many individuals who need help with their blueprint, and I want to be that vessel, nothing special, just that mouthpiece to inspire you to construct the best version of your life that you can be. Welcome to the LifeStruction podcast. I am your host, Eric. Welcome to another edition of LifeStruction with Eric. How are my life builders doing on this beautiful day? You know how we start off before we jump in? Use that index finger and hit that share button. Hit that share button and share out the pod so we can get some more people to become life builders. Get some more people to jump in and learn all about life. Yeah, let's do it. Hope everybody's week is off to a good start. Yep, hope everyone's week is off to a good start. So this past weekend, we basically celebrated my wife's birthday, and then on today we celebrated my middle daughter Maya's birthday. Uh, had a great time on Saturday. We went out to dinner and celebrated uh with friends and family, and then we made it in, and once we got home, we actually my daughter Michaela, she went to get in the shower, and as she turned the shower on, the handle broke off. So as that handle broke off, water began to shoot out, and water was just like going everywhere. And in the process of me trying to figure out how to shut the water off, with me bending and stretching, my back went out. And yeah, I have a pretty bad back, and I can be doing something that's not even strenuous, but it'll cause my back to go out. And sometimes if I'm just like bent or twisted in the wrong position, it will cause it to go out. So anyway, in the process of me trying to figure out how, to stop the water, my back basically went out. Um, and once I figured out what the main issue was with that water sprouting out, I realized that I needed to cut off the main valve, which basically, once I shut that off, it was going to shut down all of the water that comes into the house, all of the water. So that means, you know, basically you had one flush left in the toilet. Other than that, you couldn't flush the toilet. You couldn't get no water out the filtered water in the fridge door. You couldn't take a shower or anything. So, anyways, as basically, I cut that water off, and the next day we were able to get it fixed. You know, um, it just kind of, as I played the tape back, it just kind of made me think once again about having to shut off everything. Having to shut off everything. What in your life is out of control? What would happen if you cut some people out of your life or cut some things out of your life, like gambling, binge watching TV, porn, drugs, gossiping, toxic men or women, you know, because that's a big thing for a lot of people, toxic men, toxic women, being in a relationship. Stop placing yourself on the operating table and allowing these different doctors, hashtag men and women, to give you 5 minutes of sedation. What would happen if you cut those people out of your life? We would be so much more focused in life if we shut off things in our life that's causing us pain. We are aware and on edge when uncomfortable, causing us, you know, to feel unease or basically just awkward. You just feel awkward. But when uncomfortable, you will let go of perfection because none of us are perfect. When we shut things off in life, the risk that we take will teach us, about ourselves. When we shut things off in life, we tend to get more productive because what? We're not distracted, not distracted. So when we shut things off, being uncomfortable eventually becomes comfortable because basically life will make you feel uncomfortable, but do not ever let it stop you from doing what you need to do. You must remember it is a good thing to feel uncomfortable because when we feel uncomfortable, it means we are moving forward and exploring new territory. Basically, you are being stretched into a new area of increased effectiveness. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to get content with not being content. You have to learn to roll with the punches and not attempt to block out the changes and discomfort that you will go through to become who you need to become. Basically, embrace it and accept it as a new chapter in your life. And then do what? Turn the page. Uncomfortable times will come when we least expect it. When you're going through a period of discomfort, understand that it is a period of growth. That's basically what it is. Discomfort, when you're uncomfortable, that means you're growing. It's a period of change, a period of transformation. And when you start to embrace being uncomfortable, then it becomes more comfortable. When you stop fearing change, it will become an easier process. So please remember, where your thoughts go, your focus go. Where your focus goes, your action go. And where your action go, your growth goes. And it's funny, I was planning, this podcast, this episode, talking about cutting things off. And as many of you know, I'm in the John Maxwell leadership course. And his email today that came out for his basically word for the day, basically what he shared was, he said, when we're dedicated, we're committed. This means we may have to let some things go in order to focus in on our priorities. This can be difficult with all of life demands and distractions, but to accomplish things that matter, those things that truly matter, you have to be willing to dedicate yourself. What do you need to dedicate yourself to today? So I challenge you to ask God to give the wisdom to discern what needs to be shut off in your life. Because you know what? Anyone that struggles to cut things out of their life that's causing them to lose focus in their life, you basically do not value yourselves. You don't value yourselves. If you're struggling to cut things out of your life that's basically causing pain in your life, you do not value yourself. So I challenge you to ask yourself, what do I have in my life right now? What am I attached to in life right now? What is causing me too much time in my life? Are you taking a class, but you're behind on that classwork because you're always binge watching Netflix? You know, are you, in a spot right now where you're getting your comfort from watching things that you shouldn't be watching? Are you in a place right now that you're getting your comfort because you're always drinking or you're drugging or you're gambling? Whatever it is, some people they just eating away their pain. You just eat, eat, eat. You know, cut it out of your life. Shut it out of your life. Find a way to grasp control over it. Shut it out of your life so that you can grow. It's mandatory. It's mandatory that you shut it out of your life. You have to. It's mandatory. And a lot of times in life, there are so many of us that's bottled down with stuff that's causing distractions and is pulling you away from your purpose. And it's basically because sometimes you don't even realize it. You're entertaining stuff that you don't even realize it's causing you to be distracted in life. You don't even realize it. But if you just take the time to sit back, pump your brakes, sit back, and just think of, why am I struggling in this area? I should be so much further than I am. Why am I struggling in this area? If you do a self inventory, you'll be able to point out the things that you need to shut off in your life. But one of the things is, once you realize the things that needs to be shut out of your life, you need to do it ASAP. You know, don't be like someone that's smoking cigarettes and say, once I finish this pack, I'm not smoking no more. Or somebody that's drinking is like, once I finish this bottle, I'm not drinking no more. Or even somebody that's, attached to that man or woman and they know they're coming over tonight and you say, well, you know, once I get it in tonight, I'm not messing with them no more. No, you need to cut it off ASAP, because the longer that you delay it, the longer that basically, how when you got a bill and it's about to be cut off and you call and ask them, can you get an extension? That's basically what you're doing when you don't shut it out of your life ASAP. You're giving it an extension. So, yeah, you need to shut it out ASAP. Don't wait and hold on to it. You have to shut it out of your life ASAP. And that's how you're going to grow. That's how you're going to grow. If you have, sometimes when we are promoted, God pushes you to a higher level. It exposes a lot of stuff. And you realize that in order for you to grow comfortably at that new level, you have to shut some people, places, and things out of your life in order to grow. Because at the end of the day, if you love yourself enough to realize who the most important person is, uh, in the midst of it all, it's you. You're the most important person. And a lot of times, long as you're down here, they're happy. They don't want to see you get this much higher. They don't want to see you up here. They want to keep you down here with them. So, yeah, definitely. I challenge you to sit back, do self inventory, and figure out who, what, or the places, whatever it is, that's causing you to be pretty much stagnant in life. figure out what it is and cut it out of your life. Shut it down. Yeah, shut it down. So, yeah, I hope that this podcast has been good for you. And be sure to hit that share button and share it with some of your friends that is battling with things that needs to be shut out of their life. Definitely share it with them. Um, if you're listening on one of the audio platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeart, wherever you're listening, I appreciate you. You know, all of you that tap in weekly, even if you don't tap in live, but you take the time to go back and listen to the playback. You know, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the emails that you send, the shares, all of that. I appreciate my life builders. And yeah, thank you so much for tapping in. You guys have an amazing week. And don't forget, Wednesdays and Fridays, we have the 180 positivity plug where we just do a powerful 3-minute plug. That's a just it's just a great way for you to get started your day, to start your day off. You know, sometimes it's me, sometimes I have guests that come on, but definitely tap in on Wednesdays and Fridays. It is 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is 7 o'clock East Coast time. Definitely tap in for that. I appreciate you guys. And be sure to head over to that Eric Winfield Crowns page and definitely share my business. You know, the holidays are coming up and I'll be happy. I will be more than honored to create a hat, to design a hat for that friend, that spouse, that family member. So yeah, go over there and get your design submitted today. Get your order submitted. You know, we have payment plans. You don't have to pay all up front, but get it in because I only have a few more slots left if you're trying to get it before the holidays. With that being said, I appreciate you guys for tapping in, taking the time out of your Monday to tap in. I will see you guys next Monday with another episode of the LifeStruction with Eric podcast. With that being said, you enjoy the rest of your evening and have a blessed week. Love your LifeStruction fam. Peace.